In a time where so many people are getting themselves in debt due to the availability of credit or for studying, and some of them are acquiring material possessions, and yet at the same time we're having significant numbers of self-made millionaire, one have to stop to ask the question, can any and everyone become financially successful, or is it just for a select group of people? Welcome back to Ira Living. In this video, we're going to be exploring ways in which people can become financially successful and assess whether or not any individual can do so. Now, of course, we know that the population of people who are actually millionaire and billionaire are not as much as those people who are living below that threshold. However, every individual can be financially successful. It all depends on how you measure financial success, as well as the things that are keeping you back from actually coming out of your financial peril and predicament that you are in. Now, financial success is people who are at a stage where they can be financially stable and also get into being financially emancipated. Now, this is where you are at a place where you're not conforming to the notion of needing to rely on an employer to provide you with an earning so that you can cover your basic needs. However, you have come up with initiatives that you have created, sources or avenues that you are able to morally and honestly make a living, so that you have some control over freedom of your time, your location, and the individuals that you work with. Now, in order to do so, we're going to look at some of the area we need to focus on in order to become financially successful. And number one is the poverty myth. Now, oftentimes people feel like we're trapped in a cycle of poverty and it goes from generation to generation and there's nothing we can do about it. However, this is simply a myth, and it has been so taught to people that people are now convinced that it is actually true and it is their lot that they have to bear. However, it is evident, if you are looking for evidence of the fact that this is actually a myth, is in the number of self-made millionaires that have been created over the last couple decades, and even increasing numbers of those who are currently being created in each and every single day. And the way in which this is happening is because they are looking at their skills, their values, and they're looking at solving problems within their sphere. And so we're going to explore some of the other ways in which we can look at becoming financially successful. So the first one is to recognize that the poverty myth is a myth, and therefore no longer being bound or held back and constrained by it. The second thing you want to look at is to start an investment fund, and there are many of those. And just to name a few, there is the target dated fund, the TDF. There is the exchange traded fund, ETF. There is index mutual fund. And these are just a few. There are many others that are out there available if you're someone who is seeking to use investment as a vehicle to support you on your way of becoming financially successful. The next step is to look at your strengths and your skills, and also things that you're passionate about, and see how you can utilize those to advance you in terms of your financial growth. Now, there are ways in which you can find ways of upskilling yourself and using these skills to support people where you are meeting their needs or addressing their wants, and even extending yourself to solving their problems, because in so doing, you're also going to make yourself not just rich, but wealthy. And if you can see how your skills and your abilities are able to help others, then you are looking at a means at which you can create businesses to then be able to meet the needs of others within your sphere. Explore some timeless, thriving industries and have a look and see how you can implement one in your localities, and also how you can create chains of this, whether you're working independently or you're working in a group of people, because a lot of times there are opportunities where people are able to group others together through crowdfunding or through cooperatives to invest in companies like these, and also to be able to buy franchises so that they can set up these corporations and start to build out portfolios, because from using franchises, you can next move on to creating something similar within your sphere that meets the needs and meet them more specifically to suit the people that you're actually serving. Another way of looking at this is to look at low-cost startup businesses and trying to see how you can use your skills, the skills of individuals around you, to create a network in which businesses like these will serve the needs of individual people. Seek out markets or groups of individuals that are underserved in your society or in your environment, and then trying to see how you can best meet their needs by doing survey and finding out what it is that will speak to the heart of their need, their wants, and solving the problems that they currently face. Because these are ways in which you are able to put yourself in a position that you can start to build out financial success, and not just for yourself, but for others who are around you. Remember, building out financial success is not about becoming a millionaire or a billionaire. It's about creating an opportunity for financial emancipation. It is where you're beyond financially stable and you've acquired a certain sense of financial freedom, because you are now in a position where you can dictate how you spend your time, where you spend your time, with whom you spend your time. And so you can also be able to find and create employment that impact the lives of other people and help them on the same journey or path to financial emancipation. And hence, that's how we register or impact and acquiring financial success. Whichever pathway you take, or combinations of pathways that you take, we wish you all the best in your journey to financial emancipation and hence financial success. Remember, financial literacy is revolutionary. It has transformed my life, and I believe that it can do the same to yours.